Woo-wee, I've been busy with teeny tiny things, and we're getting things all ready for our firehouse, and today we're going to work on the bunk beds. Alright, we're going to start with all sorts of parts and pieces. I'm just using scrap piece of wood, and it's the bottom to those little birdhouses that I keep taking off, and I just save every little scrap because they're useful for things like this. And I cut it out, well, I measured it out to make 4 little beds, and the dowel is for the poles on the side. Once we got it all cut out, the first thing I'm going to do is paint everything. It's so much easier, especially with these little bitty things, is to paint them before you glue them together. And I'm just going to do the beds, or mattresses I guess, in white, and then I'll do the poles in a brown. These little tiny pieces I'm going to make into pillows. I'll show you how to do that in just a little bit. Once they're all dry, now we're going to start gluing them together. This is a little bit fiddly because it's hard to glue a round thing to a flat thing, but I just took my time. And also the other important thing is keeping it nice and straight so that it stands upright and not wibble wobble. These are one of the occasions where I break out the ruler and make sure everything's even, because nobody likes an uneven, wobbly bed. Hey, it's starting to look like little beds now. Time to add a little bit of personality. I got some beads. Don't mind the cat hair there. And I'm just going to make it like a four-poster bed kind of look with the little knobs on top. And I'll eventually paint them the same color as the posts, just so that it looks like it's all one solid piece. thing you might notice, besides me dropping the beads all over the place, is how gloopy the glue is. Don't worry, this glue is great. It dries completely clear. I mean, ideally you want to keep it nice and neat, but if it gloops and gets in certain places, don't worry, it dries completely clear. Now we're going to make the little pillows, and I just found some batting, and I'm going to glue our little teeny tiny leftovers wood squares onto this, and then just glue the batting onto the squares to make it look like little fluffy pillows. I'm also going to put just a little bit of batting onto the bed itself, just so it'll floof it up a little bit when we put the comforter or blanket on top. And now that these have dried, that's the main thing, is we just wait for things to dry in between and we do other things. But I'm going to cut these out, make it longer on the sides so that I can glue it and squish it to the sides. It's very messy, but it turns out like little fluffy pillows. Ta-da! There you go. Do I have to do it this way? No, but I like the effect, and I could have just left the squares as is or put a piece of material, but why? When you need these little firemen, eventually it's going to go in the firehouse, they need nice soft cushy pillows. Alright, now we're going to put the blankets on, or comforters, duvets, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just cutting this so that there's a little notch where the post is. And I've just found all sorts of different scraps of material that would look like something that resembles a blanket of some sort, and cut it to shape. Once you got all your pieces together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold and glue the very top. So kind of like you made your bed and you folded the top. So I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to put it under my brick to flatten out, to dry, and then we'll put it on the beds. Time to glue on the pillows, because I figured they should be kind of tucked in a little bit underneath the blankets. So I just glued them all into place. Alright, time to make the bed. Can you imagine if we glued our sheets down to our beds? Maybe it would stay nice and neat more often. But I just placed it on top, and then I held down the sides, kind of a little tight so that that batting that I put on there fluffs it up just a smidge. And just repeat the process for all the other little beds. I also kind of was conscious of where the patterns were, especially you'll see it especially on this one. There was a little bee on the pattern, so I cut it so that it was right in the middle. I just thought it was cute, and it makes it more realistic, just teeny. Go. 2 sets of bunk beds, just ready for my firehouse project. And there's a lot more to come, and just stay tuned, and thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.